Hey, what's up, YouTube family? This is Jerome, and I've got another video for you simply entitled Halftime. Well, as most of you know, today is the first day of July, which signifies the beginning of the second half of the year. So we had, 6 months from January 1st through June 30th to make good on our resolutions and to, better ourselves if you did that, at the beginning of the year. And let me be real with you. Some things I've been able to do, some things I've not. One of the main things that I wanted to do is to lose weight, to get, healthier, especially as I go into my 40s. But guess what? Instead of losing the 15 pounds I wanted to lose, I gained about 15. So I have some work to do. And it has not all been bad. There have been a couple of little crazy things happening, like with my job and with just being frustrated with singleness and wanting to be married, thinking that, I'm 41 now, so why am I still single? What is wrong with me that women don't want me, or the right woman doesn't want me? When am I going to find, that type of stuff? So, just dealing with patience. But it has not all been bad in 2016 so far. I paid off my car, so this baby I'm in is mine, has been mine since February. Still getting paid. Was able to visit New Jersey a couple of months ago and see some good friends, be empowered by other brothers. Also, just, living to see another birthday. That was a blessing in itself, back in March. So there have been some good things that happened this year. So, I mean, I would still say the good outweigh the bad, but there's some things that I'm disappointed in, like, being turned down for jobs and, stuck where I'm at my job. So, wanting to advance, but, it seems like I'm between a rock and a hard place and I can't move. So, that's a crazy thing in itself. So, and of course, my Grizzlies got out in the first round. Half my team got injured during the months of January through April. So, and now we're praying, we're hanging on praying that Mike Conley stays. As a matter of fact, the shirt I have on, if you look at the back of my shirt, I'm not going to show it, but it does have Mike Conley's name on it and number 11. So, just pray for him to stay in Memphis if you're a Memphis fan, but that's a whole nother story. Um, it's halftime. So what are we gonna do? Are we gonna continue down the bad path that we've gone through, or lament over what went on from January to June? You may have went through a divorce. You may have went through a breakup. You may not have gotten that job. You may have lost your job. Your team may have not won this year, unless you're Cleveland. You wouldn't have won. You may have lost your car. You may have lost a loved one. Whatever the case may be, don't give up. That's my message for you today. Don't give up. This is the second half of the year. It's not over yet. If you recall the NBA Finals last month, Game 7, win or go home or stay home. The Cleveland Cavaliers were down by like 8 points at halftime against the reigning champions, the Golden State Warriors. So they came back in the second half, Cleveland did, and they just made a mockery of Golden State. They did what they did in games 3, 5, and 6. And pretty much 3, 6, 3, 5, and 6. Yeah, those games they won. And they just, made a mockery of them at home. This is a team that had lost maybe 2 games at home all year, and only 2 in the playoffs. One was to Cleveland, but they were pretty much the best team at home all season. And to come in Game 7 with a rowdy crowd and still manage to win the championship game, that's just amazing. So Cleveland came back from a 3-1 deficit. 3-1 deficit, people. They were down 3-1, game 5 on the road. They win game 5. They win game 6 at home. They win game 7 on the road, people. And they're now the NBA championship. For the first time, Cleveland is the NBA champs. LeBron got another ring, and he did what he wanted to do from the beginning of his NBA career and win his city a ring. Now, how many people, I know there are a few people who did, but how many people really, really, really thought that Cleveland was going to win it all after they were down 3-1 with 2 games in Golden State? Not many. There are some who did, but not many. And I don't care how big your deficit is. Cleveland was down by 8. In 2012, my boys, my Memphis Grizzlies, we were up by 27 in the playoffs, game 1 against the LA Clippers. And we were up by 27 in the third quarter. In July through September, we were up by 27. But we lost that lead. It started dwindling down. And we wound up losing. So even if it's a 27-point deficit, you can win. Now, on the flip side, for my people who had a nice 2016, everything was going right, your marriage is cool, you may have had a baby, or your children may have graduated, or, you know, just everything's just going right. Your church is good, your job is good, you got a new job, you got a better job, you got a promotion, you got a raise, your bills got paid, all that stuff. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't do like Memphis did. Don't do like Golden State did in Game 7. Don't let go of the lead that you have against the devil. Don't look back. Don't get lackadaisical. Don't get lax and just think that, you know, oh, I'm going to just cruise through the rest of this. No, 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 no. The devil is after you. You've got to fight with all your might the whole game. You can't let things get close and let the devil come back and try to attack you at the end of the year. He's going to try. He's not going to give up. He's going to be persistent. So whether you are ahead of the game or behind in the game, I encourage you to keep fighting. If you're behind in the game, I encourage you to just see what you're doing wrong and try to work on it. Like today, what did I do? I was off work and I ran 2 miles around my neighborhood. I need to focus on getting better physically. I need to focus on getting better spiritually. So I'm gonna, before I did that run, I read my word. I prayed to God. And I'm gonna have to continue to be in His word, continue to study His word, continue to allow things in my mind and my spirit that are godly so I can get back on track. I don't like where I am spiritually right now. I'm not like on, life support, but, I just don't like where I am. And I know I can do better. And of course, physically, I can also do better. So I'm going to work on that during the second half of the year. What are you going to work on? What are you going to do to make sure that you don't continue to lag behind the second half of the year? Or what are you going to do to make sure that you maintain your lead and don't lose it by December 31st? What are you going to do? Are you going to continue to read your word? Are you going to continue to pray to God? Are you going to continue to get strengthened at church? Are you going to continue to get wise counsel, have accountability partners? These things are very important to make sure that you stay balanced and that you make it through the end of this year in one piece. So I encourage you to use this halftime, the beginning of the second half, to either make adjustments if you're falling behind, or keep focused and don't let go of the pedal. Just keep going. Keep your foot on that devil. Don't let go. Just make sure that he's defeated. You can do it. I promise you can do it. Whether it's an 8-point deficit or 27-point deficit, you can come out of this. Well, that's all I got. And if the Lord says the same, I'm going to see you on July 30th. I got a special message to share about what's going on in my life on that day. So until next time, peace.